Hey everybody, we're here playing Spewer. Angryponcho here, and we're back. Let's see, what are we doing right now? We're working on acid reflux. Now the interesting with this level is that you can beat it, the first two stages of it at least, with only that single little ball of acid vomit, because that single ball degrades the blocks quickly enough that you can just use that one and get right through there with no trouble. Now this is a trick here where you actually hold the spacebar down and then click, to fire your puke in the direction that you want to fire in order to clear a block that's above you. And the fact that you're holding the spacebar means that when that puke falls back down, the spewer automatically eats it again. Now this level takes nothing but timing. You suck up that pill in midair, go down there and hit the switch, and walk right over to the end of the level. That's all there is to that one, and of course if you miss, you fall into the acid, which can be kind of, bad. I don't know, I'm not sure what happens if you just let the pill fall and then try to dive in and grab it. I think you'd have to eat the pill before you touched any of the lava, or you'd have no chance of survival. Now this level's really weird, like, there's a switch underneath the block that I was just standing on, and so like when I come over and flick this switch, like, see the door's already open. Like, prior to me hitting that switch, I already had access to the door. And now, like, this switch is already pushed as well. It's really strange. Like, it seems like the level, like, beats itself really early on. I think there might have been a design flaw there. I'm not entirely sure what happened with that. Very strange. Anyway, we're making good progress working through Chapter 5 now. Now, this level is a bit tricky. And you can see when I start, I'm kind of looking around like, alright, how do I want to do this? And that is not what you want to do. If you fire up at an angle, the puke will go right back over your head, and you won't be able to catch it up. So again, just do what I explained earlier. Hold the space bar down, and get close to the block you want to get rid of, and just tap the mouse, and you'll shoot one or two balls at a time, and just clear out that one block without like causing acid damage to everything around you. Now with these blocks here that we're standing on top of now, it's easy. Put the mouse beneath you, and the ball will hit the puke, or the puke will hit the block, and then you'll immediately suck it back up. It's very easy. Be careful that you don't fall off once you do it. I went ahead and sped the other two up just a little bit because they basically go the exact same way. It just takes a while. But yeah, a little fast forwarding. That's a little bit of movie magic for you. Didn't want this to take too long. I was hoping to get through the end of the game in 4 videos. So I did. We're going to finish it up in this one. Holy tears. Yeah, this is a very difficult level that will probably make you cry. So that's an apt title, I think. No, it's actually just difficult because all of the puke that's on the level you see at the very beginning. It's those 6 columns of black puke that have been built up. That's all you get for the whole level. And essentially you have to do what I'm doing now and go harvest it all before you can use it. And the difficulty with that is that one false step, and you'll slip right off of that column and hit the spikes. And so really the only thing to do is to hold down the up key all the time, the W key, and you'll constantly hop. That way you don't ever have to worry about sliding off. And grab that pill before it hits the ground, because if you let it hit the ground, it can bounce off and go land on the spikes and you won't be able to get to it. And if you can't get to it, you're the wrong color to build your way out. So here now I am trying to think about how much of this puke do I need to take with me, where do I want to build my tower, and I decided to do it here. I think I barely got it to be tall enough in order for me to get out. But essentially, all you have to do is get it up high enough so that you can jump over and make a platform on the bricks to my upper left. And you see, I'm getting a little bit worried, and that saved me. That little bit right there made it nice and tall. Had a little bit of phalange on top. Very handy, very handy. And here we are. We continue to make progress. This is an interesting one here because you have to be quick at the beginning when you run away from the acid. But you have to wait for it once you get down there, because you need it to go ahead of you before you can finish the level. And so you'll see the acid is already starting to work on those blocks that I ran past. And so now I need to get up here out of the way. And so I jump in this little alcove here. I suppose that if you had bad luck, that acid could hit this wall next to you hard enough to shoot a ball or two up there and kill you. But it just, happens to not happen most of the time. It tends to not happen. And so basically all you do have to do is just sit here and wait for all the acid to go by you. And you're going to want to go out right behind it, see, because you don't have a lot of time to waste. And go ahead and make these three or four jumps here before the acid is able to get to that switch at the bottom, because that switch releases the acid above you, which will come right down and kick your ass. Now for this level, this is tricky. This is the level that really tests your proficiency in the use of the white puke and the white spewer. As you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot to actually make it. Yeah, I kind of almost screwed up there, but thankfully the white puke does give you a slight momentum boost, and I was able to sort of save myself. Essentially, what you want to do is, once you hit your puke and slow down, you want to go ahead and fire more through what you're landing in. That way you build like a cushion underneath yourself. You see there, I had to really fire in order to save myself. Because again, it does give you a little bit of momentum. Not as much as the other colors, but just enough to save your life sometimes. Now here's what normally happens when you try to do this level. You shoot a ball of puke down there, it disrupts the flow, and you get a nice thick spot that you can hop into. And proceed to go right through and crash into the spikes. That's probably what will happen to you like 100 times before you actually beat this level. Like, I was convinced that this level was impossible to beat until I saw, I actually looked up a video to like see if anyone had ever done it. And yeah, as you can see, if you shoot it in just the right way, you can let it like build up a column thick enough for you to land on and actually have enough puke in a line vertically to slow you down enough that you don't hit the spikes in the bottom. Alright, here it is, guys. This is the crux of the game, and very aptly titled The Crux. And essentially this is the hardest and last level of the game in terms of the main storyline. And I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty hard. You have to use 4 of the 5 colors of puke, and you have to do it in a very proficient manner. You see here, I let myself fall down a little bit so I could get more upward momentum and float my way over there. Now here you want to back to the left side of the platform and just run to the right, because you actually can run right over that gap, but if you try and jump, you won't be able to slide into the hole. And now there's a long bit where we have to toss one ball at a time up here to clear out this block. And I left this, unfast forwarded because I wanted you to see that even after you've made that jump with the green puke and you've done that bit with the white puke on the left side there, you still are tested in your patience, because you have to be willing to toss one ball at a time to clear out this puke in the corner here. I think at one point I started firing 2. I think it might be the next block. You see, you get a nice little pattern down where you toss and catch. It's sort of like juggling almost. Actually very similar to juggling now that I think about it. But do not, under any circumstances, allow any of the puke to go past you and burn out those platforms on the left over there. You may think, oh, I don't need it right now, or whatever, it doesn't really matter, I'll jump over it. No, when that black pill falls down, it's probably going to end up on the spikes if you don't have all those platforms sitting there. So you really you don't want to take that risk of having the pill fall on the spikes, and you have to do the whole level over now, because you let one of the orange acid pukes go right past you. You see, yeah, there I almost killed it there because I almost let that one get stuck in the corner and burn through that platform. But we're doing it now. We only got a couple more shots left before we'll be clearing this. Ah, there we go. Now you have to actually jump here, because you see the puke won't go high enough on its own. So you have to jump and fire at the top of your jump. Oh, so close. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't go as high as others. I'm not really sure. I think it has to do with like the relative momentum of how much you fire, with one piece pushing the other. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and eat the black pill. And essentially, you're going to build platforms on walls of spikes, which is not an easy task, to be quite honest with you. If you get too close, of course, you'll get nailed. But it's hard to build platforms effectively when you're trying to be really efficient with the amount of puke you've got left. And you got to think about this. I mean, you've been playing the game. You've been playing through this whole level. And you see, we have the green puke in the upper left and the white puke in the lower left. You can't go back and get that. I mean, there's nothing that you really can, bring back with you that you don't have to expend in order to return with. You see, here I'm having a bit of a hard time with it because I was getting a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous because I was like, oh, I've gotten this far, I can't screw it up now, man. Oh, this is on film, whatever else. But I actually decided at this point to go to the right side because that left side had become kind of muddled. And then I almost screwed it up and decided to just catch myself. Because I had enough puke left. I was being a little bit too conservative. I had plenty of puke left. See, I have some left when I finished the level. But there we go. That's the crux, the final level of the game. And now, we can click on what is actually normally would be known as the final segment here. The culmination of the game. Oh, look at how cute he is. I just find this little guy adorable. I don't know why. And they display his emotions and his intelligence so well. You gotta watch this. This is so neat. Yeah, so we got this kid, presumably the mad scientist's son or grandson, on life support. Oh, look at this. The scientist was breeding the Spewer in order to try to save his son, or grandson, or whatever. Look at that. Spewer did it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.